I really love how the way we're using technology, you know, to get things done. So yeah, everybody, welcome back. It's July 2025, and a bunch of things happened here in the United States. There was the big, beautiful bill and the Genius Act, which was enacted by someone who is clearly not a genius.
There we go.
Slow. But, we're not going to talk about people who are going to be nice today.
Why?
Anyway, the first thing I want to do is
why?
congratulate Adrian and King Edward for buying their first Bitcoin last month. Everybody give them a hand.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is not a small thing. It's huge.
It really is not. It's a gigantic leap. And, a lot of people, they just don't understand what it means for us to actually give up this fiat money system and move on to the money of the 21st century, the great leveler.
Right.
Bitcoin is the great leveler, because it doesn't matter if you live in Nigeria or Slovakia or Norway or the United States.
Right.
It's worth the same thing everywhere.
That's right.
Wow.
I will
Yes.
continue.
Beautiful.
Right.
Beautiful statement.
And we've been abused by the banking system, and we're not taking it anymore.
Right.
Yay.
So since last month, the United States passed the Genius Bill, and while it does say we're going to do some wonderful things with crypto, it also gives the banks the ability to. Is somebody? I hear something. Everybody, put your mic on mute if you're not talking. Yeah, that's good. While it did create some interesting things, basically what it did was create central bank digital currency undercover. And we now know that it will be Ripple, the Ripple blockchain, that will implement this central bank digital currency. And, it's up to everybody. You do what you want to do. You do what you think is best for you. But I will not be buying any more Ripple. I'll keep what I have. I'm not going to sell it because I know it will have value, but it makes me understand even more why Bitcoin is so important. Because you can't put a dollar value on your freedom.
Right.
You cannot. How much would you pay to be free? I think you'd pay anything. It's priceless. And so as long as we have Bitcoin, we have freedom, because it's not controlled by BlackRock or Vanguard or the US government or anybody else, right? And even though, people like Sophia are dealing with some very, very draconian financial laws in the UK, I believe that's going to change, because they have to come along with us in the United States.
Right.
Because as you said, Sophia, when the US sneezes, what does Great Britain do?
Yes, when America sneezes, Britain farts.
Exactly.
A terrible, gribbly fart. Yeah.
What a powerful metaphor that is, really. So yeah, they're going to have to come along because they want it too. They understand the fiat money system is collapsing, and they know that something has to be done. So the other interesting thing that happened is Dorcine took a course, like a 3-hour course on yield farming and liquidity pools as a source of making income outside of the just purchase and hold crypto that we've basically been doing, which I usually stick to, and I'll tell you why as we get going in the show. But let's start off with Bitcoin, right? So where were we last month with Bitcoin? Everybody's acting like Bitcoin had a huge crash and it's going away and it will never recover.
105, 106 last month, 102.
Right. In pounds, yes. In dollars,
No, in dollars, $106. Like last month, was it 106?
yeah, it was like I think when we did our last show. Let me share my screen. Hold on.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we
There
go.
we go. Yes.
Yeah.
There, yes.
See it.
There we go.
Okay.
Yes.
We can see it now. So last month, our last meeting, Bitcoin was at $108,000.
8. Okay, not 6. Yeah. Cool.
How much is that in pounds? Like maybe 102,000 pounds, something like that.
No, it's 81,000.
81,000 pounds. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So, yeah, everybody was screaming because we took a little dip right here. Oh, Bitcoin is crashing. Get your money out. No. Everybody, please get used to the volatility because remember, the trend is our friend, right? The volatility is how we make the money. If we had our money in stable coins, it would just be the same thing all the time, right? And we don't want that. We want it to go up. And when it goes in the dips, we want to try and buy. And if you don't have the ability to, just sit on money and wait for the dips, just dollar cost average, right?
But that's the thing about the stable coin. The stable coin is pegged to the dollar. So therefore, it's just fiat currency. We know that fiat currency is losing value, right? Every year, it's losing like 6 to 10% value. So I don't understand how this is.
And even more in our purchasing power. I went to the supermarket the other day, and they wanted $14.99 for a dozen organic free-range eggs.
What?
And I'm like, I'm buying some chickens and putting them on my patio.
Oh my gosh. That's like 10 quid.
Crazy. Yes.
$14.
What?
$15, $14.99. They're playing the 99-cent trick on us.
Yeah.
Right.
I noticed that the cost of food is so much more expensive in Florida than any place I've ever been. I go to
And
Texas.
does that make sense?
It doesn't. It's like they're bleeding the old people.
Yeah.
They know that you're not going to get out there and farm, but and it doesn't even cost that much. I was down there and I bought a quart of milk. It was $6 and something for a quart. I came up here, it was only $4 and something for the same exact brand and everything. I go to Texas and it's like $3, and I'm like, what the heck?
$2.99. That's right.
I guess we have to pay for not paying state tax down here. And that's how they make us do it. But the other thing that disturbs me is that when I'm buying food, now I bought a bag of lemons. Now, where do they grow lemons? Florida.
In Florida.
Right?
Yeah.
And they go bad in 3 days.
Oh.
You buy some spinach, it goes to mush in 2 days, which tells you it's genetically modified, and we probably shouldn't be eating it anyway, because those of us who know how to grow our own food.
If it's going bad quickly, it's good. It's probably good.
What?
If it's going bad quickly, it's probably good. Because you don't want it to sit around for a long time, because then it's genetically modified. Because naturally, food shouldn't be lasting.
Exactly, Adrian. Because we grow our own food, right? We've been gardening for a long time. I grew cucumbers. They'd stay fresh for 3 weeks in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
So the other thing that's happening is they're growing all this food in Florida and they're shipping it up north and giving us the rotten food.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah.
Old.
It doesn't make sense, unless you apply capitalism to it, and then it makes sense. Not only and then there's also shrinkflation. Like I bought a package of paper towels, 8 for $14, 8 rolls of paper towels for $14. And I noticed that the roll was shorter.
Smaller, yeah.
Right.
You get less from you paying more.
Right. So, even though it looks the same in terms of its volume, right? The roll is shorter. So they took maybe an inch off of each side of the roll, which is probably a good idea. We probably don't need to use the whole thing anyway, but they're charging us the same price or more money. So this is the reason why right now we should be thinking about one thing, and that is getting our money out of fiat currency and putting it into assets, right? Physical gold, physical silver, and of course, why we're here today, because of cryptocurrency, right? And this is, I want everybody to really realize that Bitcoin was at $108,000 at our last monthly meeting at the end of June, and now it's at 118. So anybody who thinks that Bitcoin is not going to keep bouncing back, don't believe it, right?
Yeah.
Don't be shocked by the price either, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because compared to everybody else in the world, we are still early in terms of adoption. We are ahead of 88% of the people in the world. So we've taken the first step into really being financially literate in the 21st century, and they don't teach us to be financially literate. They just want us to be good workers and create debt.
Right. Right.
Create debt, because that's how this money system works. So I got an interesting little short video that I want to show you guys. And this is a video about why we can't trust the banks.
Right.
So let me share it with you. Just one second.
Let's say you deposit $100 with your bank. Now that bank can loan up to $90 of your money to someone else. The other $10 is reserved for you in case you need it. That's called vault cash. Now your bank account will still show you having $100. But on the bank side though, that $100 deposit just created another $90 for the bank to lend out. Now let's say someone borrows that $90 of technically your money, and then they pay someone for something that they bought. Then that person goes to deposit their $90 with their bank, and that bank also gets to do the exact same thing and lend out 90% of it. But as of March 2020, that system changed. And now the Fed has lowered the reserve requirement to 0%.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
I wanted to share that. I want everybody to listen to that twice. Okay?
Amazing.
Yes.
Right.
Because it's really important. It's the reason why the system runs on debt, right?
Mm-hmm.
And basically it's not because of us. It's because of the way the bank deals with our money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
let's say,
Yeah.
you know, let's say 20% of the people in the United States lose their jobs, right? They can't pay their credit card bills.
Mm-hmm.
And what does that do?
Yeah.
It increases.
It creates even more debt. And you know, there is a national debt calendar for the United States that helps you see how many trillions of dollars the government is in debt. But I think this is more appropriate for us, right? Because we need to see that the bank is really just more than double spending our money, right? And if we leave it in their custody, that's what will happen. And if we allow them, which is about to happen because of this genius bill, the banks are going to be able to custody our Bitcoin for us. Isn't that nice? Aren't they wonderful?
Really?
The banks will be able to custody our Bitcoin. And the blockchain that the banks are going to use to do all kinds of transactions with, international and otherwise, is the Ripple blockchain,
Oh, I see.
or the coin that we've invested in called XRP. So I'm not telling anybody what to do. You can, you know, buy it because it's definitely going to go up in price. But I want everybody to understand that there's a social credit score that goes along with central bank digital currency. And by supporting XRP, we are supporting that construct. So they may say to us, no, I don't want you to go to London. I'm coming to see Sophia in a couple weeks. I don't want you to go to London, Andrea, because you have a podcast on cryptocurrency and we don't like that, right? Or, you know, I don't want you to buy that car because we don't think you deserve it.
Right.
Based on your behavior, we don't like your behavior, right? So when I say to people, how can you put a value on your freedom? I truly mean, what is Bitcoin worth, right? You cannot measure freedom in dollars or pounds or yen or yuan, right? Our freedom is priceless. So I hope that it helps people understand what I'm saying when I say we shouldn't think of Bitcoin in terms of dollars or pounds or yen or yuan, right? Because it is the only cryptocurrency that is completely decentralized. And while the big corporations like BlackRock and Vanguard and Fidelity actually have the ability to sort of change the price, the only way they can get it is to buy into it like we do. All right. There are no governance tokens that says we can do this, that, or the other. It's only code. And all of us can have a node. Like the thing that keeps it free for us is that even though there are the big whales that do all the mining, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just by me having this little Bitcoin miner in my house, or you having the Bitcoin node installed on your laptop, it means that you're helping to keep the whole system decentralized and free for everybody. So that's really important. Anybody have any questions?
It's shocking that this has come into light only just now in terms of the video that you showed and the amount of them loaning out our money, lending it, earning it. So like if you buy a house, the money that they've lent, they're earning like 3 times the amount that someone is using to put down for a mortgage, and then making money off of us. I mean, it's just, it's insane. We can't even believe that it's been going on for so long, but
Right.
God for Bitcoin.
That kind of manipulation, absolutely.
Right.
Anyway, I really like that little short video. There's a longer video associated with that called Who Really Controls the World? And I think it's really interesting and everybody should watch it. And I will put a link in the description box below so that everybody can have an opportunity to watch it. If you're part of our WhatsApp group, app group, you've already got it in our feed for you to take a look at. But it's worth 20 minutes to really understand what's going on and who's making the decisions. Yeah.
Because all of those kind of videos, it fuels conviction. When you actually understand deeply what is happening, it allows you mentally to move on to the new system.
It really does.
Knowledge, yeah.
And we got to teach our kids too, right?
Exactly.
Because what we're doing is building generational wealth, and they need to know how to access it, right?
Yes.
Because it's a whole learning experience, learning how to access it. And Adrian and King Edward, you guys have taken the first step. So guess what? You're ahead of 88% of the people in the world with just what you have.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I continue to invest next month. Every month we'll buy Bitcoins.
Right. Right, exactly. And the reason why, King, is because it's going to get to a point where our little bit of money isn't going to make a difference, right? But we're still in the early adoption phase where it will make a difference. And, what you invest $100 in is going to be worth $10,000 in 2030.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
and that's around the corner.
Right. And also it's our freedom. So if they say you can't use your money for X, Y, or Z, you go, okay, bye. I'm going to use it for what I want to use it for. And there are countries that are everyday adopting Bitcoin as legal tender.
Yeah.
So like countries like El Salvador.
Yeah. I've heard about El Salvador.
I heard Kazakhstan.
Slovakia. I think
unbelievable.
Right. Yes, it's amazing. And I think Myanmar was one of the other countries that started. But think about what Bitcoin has done for El Salvador's economy, right? El Salvador used to be in debt and considered one of the poorest countries in the world. And now they're not.
Within a short space of time.
Right. So anyway, should we do our due diligence now? Or do you want to talk about something else?
No, this is good. Due
Yeah,
diligence.
let's do our due diligence.
Due diligence, yes.
Yes. So like I say, when in doubt, zoom out. So I'm in the month view right now. Everybody join CoinMarketCap. I'll put a link in the description box so you can join it. It's a really good resource because it brings together information about markets, about news, about yields, which Dorcine is going to talk about because she just took a class. Sophia and I learned a little bit about yield farming and liquidity pools when we took Brian Rose's DeFi Academy with London Real. But, this gives us a way to be educated about what we decide to invest in, right? Because we don't want to be FOMOing or FUDing. FOMO, which is fear of missing out, and FUDing, which is fear of uncertainty and doubt. Right. We don't want to do that. We want to say, okay, I think I've made a good decision about what to invest in because the coin has utility. It looks like it's moving up because we've zoomed out to a yearly view, and then we'll zoom into a monthly view, and we'll make our decisions using good information as opposed to somebody saying, hey, I heard this coin is going to be really good, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to zoom out to the year view on Bitcoin.
Wow.
And look at that. That is a beautiful graph.
Wow.
Okay. Because it shows Bitcoin is slowly moving up. We had a correction in April that lasted for about a minute. We went down to 76,000, I think. But it was a fake crash. It was the market makers, Wall Street that made that happen. And Bitcoin is like a beach ball that you push under the water, right? You push it down and it pops right back up again.
Yeah.
So right now we're at 118,000. So let's look at the monthly view.
Wow.
And this is what we've done this month. That's amazing. And it's been like this month after month.
Yeah.
So over here, and I encourage everybody to join CoinMarketCap. I'm going to vote. They give you the ability to vote on what you think a coin is going to do in the next month. And I'm bullish on it because we're not day traders, right?
Right.
We're wannabe retirees, and we just don't have enough money to do that yet.
Right.
So we're trying to figure it out. And for everybody who's on that financial literacy journey, we are all on it together, right? Because I never really paid attention to money before. I had a lot of credit cards in my wallet, so I felt like I was paying attention to money because I could basically get anything I wanted or go anywhere I wanted to go. And then I realized what was happening, and I needed to get rid of that.
Yes.
Right. Get rid of that debt. And it was a big decision for me because I think we put a lot of value on ourselves based on what we can buy, right? And what it looks like to other people. Now I don't care what it looks like to other people, right? I don't care if you think I have a whole lot of money. I don't. I drive a Volkswagen and that I'm still paying for. And, I don't have a lot of furniture, and I've given so many of my clothes away because I know that I'll never wear them again. And I spend my time buying assets now, buying Bitcoin, physical silver, physical gold, and those kind of assets. People will say, well, why don't you buy some property? And I'm like, well, I'm going to get there. But, when you own property, we all know what you have to do, right?
Taxes.
You have big taxes. The roof leaks and it costs you $10,000, or your air conditioner, your heating goes out. That's another $5,000. And people are usually taking the equity out of their homes to pay these big ticket bills that they have for property. So this is the reason why I think, for me, cryptocurrency is a better asset because I don't have to worry about keeping up with the property taxes and paying for the things that might go wrong with my house.
That's right. That's right. That's Right.
I know you feel it, King Edward, because your air conditioning was out for a while, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, and it's not always an easy thing to get up the money to fix that. So, okay. So last month we talked about Stronghold. And I'm going to bring that up right now. And we're going to zoom out to the year view, right? And look at Stronghold.
Which one?
It went up in December. Remember, we had that pump in December, and then everything sort of came down a little bit. But over that time, it's really been consolidating and moving up, right?
Stronghold?
Yeah. So I bought some Stronghold last month after we had our meeting. Like I tell everybody, pick a day, you know, if it's your second paycheck in the month day or the day you get your Social Security, if you're in our age group, that's your trading day, okay? And don't be driven by FUD and FOMO and say, oh my goodness, I don't want to miss out on this coin, because these exchanges charge you fees, right? And you don't want to have so many fees because you're buying in and getting out, right? Because we're monthly traders. So Stronghold went up. It went up a lot this month. So I bought in on my second paycheck of the month, which was right about July 14th.
My
And
birthday.
I'm up, and Stronghold is up 93%.
Yes.
So I would say I'm going to hang with Stronghold.
I think I'm a little Stronghold because it may go to 10 cents or a dollar.
It may, and I'll tell you why. It has actual utility, right? It's working in the decentralized exchange space, and it is providing merchant services. So let's say you're in a country like El Salvador and you want to buy something and you don't want to buy with Bitcoin. You want to use one of the other blockchains, because there's two that Stronghold exists on. One is Ethereum, the other is Stellar, right? We're going to talk a little bit more about the other cryptocurrencies in a minute. But Stronghold basically is going to be one of those utility coins that's going to allow merchants to be able to borrow money and build their businesses and provide credit
Right.
for those businesses to actually expand, and also to allow merchants to take credit cards and some of the other things that you would need when you have a business. So it's going to operate on the Ethereum blockchain. Now, I think you guys know how I feel about Ethereum. Ethereum is another blockchain like Bitcoin is a blockchain. And there are lots of what they call altcoins that live on the Ethereum blockchain. So Chainlink, which we love, Polkadot, Stronghold, all of those coins actually live in that Ethereum space. And the reason why Ethereum is different than Bitcoin is because it allows these altcoins to have a space where people can trade, right? The thing I don't like about Ethereum are the gas fees, all right? And gas fees are what you pay to make a transaction. So,
yeah.
For example, when I bought my Stronghold, right, it matters what day or what time you're actually buying something, because the gas fees will change, right? And I waited and I waited and I waited, and to buy $150 worth of Stronghold cost me $18.
What?
Wow.
It could have cost me more,
Yeah.
depending on what time or
buy
day
it?
I decided to trade it.
Right.
What was that? Who said that?
Oh, to buy it, it costs you $18.
Right.
To get,
And that's the thing about Ethereum. The Ethereum blockchain that's how it makes money, through what it calls gas fees. Okay.
The
Now,
agent, Adrian, when you bought your XRP, remember you had to pay $3 and
Right.
something.
Expensive
That
gas.
was your gas fee.
Yeah.
That was your
Yeah, but
gas fee. And actually that was good.
Yeah.
You got it at a good price, because in another time it may cost $20.
Wow.
Right. And it's one of the reasons why, I think, Ethereum is going to do okay, but I think a lot of people have a bad feeling in their stomach about, the way that Ethereum has been charging these exorbitant gas fees,
Yeah.
which to us, may not seem like a whole lot of money, but for somebody sitting in Nigeria or the Ivory Coast or Lebanon, that's a lot of money.
Lots of money.
It's a lot of money. So even though I do have some Ethereum, I'm a Bitcoin maximalist. I believe in Bitcoin for many reasons, and the biggest one is our freedom, but also because you don't get charged those exorbitant fees for actually purchasing an altcoin or trying to do a transaction in that blockchain.
Right.
So when we talk about blockchain, for those people who don't understand what it is, think about it as being Bitcoin as being Chase Manhattan, and Ethereum as being Barclays, right? And we'll talk about Solana as being U.S. Bank, right? And everything that happens within that environment, that network. We'll call it a network, but the network is actually the blockchain. Anybody got any questions? So yeah, Stronghold was a good choice.
It sounds great.
I basically doubled my money in a month, right? And I'm gonna hang on to it. But if I needed some money, I would definitely sell it and get back in, because I think it's got a future, right?
Right.
I don't think it's one of those coins that's just going to go up and come back down again.
Right.
So I'm going to vote bullish.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And that's really good. What I like that you're given this alternative thing to sort of try and hedge against and make money from, is because when you have Bitcoin, you don't want to sell it quickly. You want to keep it long term. And so whilst being still in the market, it's really nice to be able to look at some other coins and say, okay, let's trade this one. Let's trade $100 and see if I can make $200. Let's see if I can make $500 from it. And
or even if I make $50, I'm happy,
right?
In the month, because
it's
I'm
holding. The bank. The bank is giving you 2 pence.
The bank is giving you nothing.
Nothing.
Right.
No.
And no taxes.
What'd you say, King?
And you don't have to pay any taxes.
Yeah, they're starting to charge taxes now.
Oh, they are?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they're gonna taxes are gonna come.
Yeah, they're starting to.
But they only come when you take it out. So as long as it's in there, you don't have to pay taxes. So smart, what you could do is, even if you pay taxes, you can take out a certain amount where you know your income level is, and you don't have to pay taxes on that. Or you can do something where you if you had to pay taxes, you would have a like another company where you would do a loan, and therefore that reduces your taxable income. I mean, so there's ways to get around all that.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for that, Dorothy, because that's the process that I'm into now.
Right.
I'm trying to create a name for a company because I know that I can offset taxes from crypto onto the business. Even though it's a facade, it's a shell company, it will mean that I'm able to take those earnings, because they're going to charge me capital gains on the Bitcoin when I sell it. So that's what I'm in the process of now. And I think it's really great that you raised that, because it's very important to sort of look ahead, because we know that they are trying every which way to keep you enslaved. And that's another way of keeping you enslaved. So
exactly.
And guess what? That company that you lent the money to, that was a loan. So they don't pay taxes on a loan.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So if they never pay you back, guess what? Hey.
Right.
Oh, that's
So,
great
so
to know
I'm
that.
sorry,
I
Chantel
hear
and
some kind
Z
of sound.
and Novella are here. I'm sorry, Z, I didn't see you there. We got so many people this time. I had a whole nother row of people, so
No,
I'm sorry that I didn't see you and it took so long for you to come into the room. So,
no problem.
Novella, can you put yourself on mute? Because I hear some noise in the background.
Right,
What you
right.
have to get? How much y'all need for Five Below?
There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Uh-oh.
So, Z,
Yeah.
we started our P&L already. We had a little discussion about the Genius Act and the big, beautiful bill sort of ushering in central bank digital currency. And the blockchain that it is going to be ushered in on is XRP. So for everybody who's holding XRP, and like I said, I'm not letting it go. I'm going to hang on to it, but I'm not buying anymore because I don't want to be the facilitator of the enslavement of more people in this new system they're trying to usher in. So
Right.
everybody's got to make their own sort of moral decision about what they're going to do, but that's what I'm doing. I'm keeping what I have. I'm going to hodl it, but I'm not buying anymore. And we talked about the difference between the other blockchains and why Bitcoin is so important. Because can you put a price on your freedom? No.
No.
There's not a dollar price to put on your freedom. Right. So Bitcoin is for our freedom. So everybody, I hope everybody allocates even just a little bit of money every month for your freedom. Right.
Right. Definitely. Definitely.
So we just started with our monthly review, Z, and
Okay.
I bought some Stronghold last month on my second paycheck of the month. That's my trading day, and it went up 93%.
Wow.
Yeah, good coin. And I actually did some due diligence on the coin, and one of the ways that the way that you do business on whatever blockchain you're on is other than Bitcoin is through a smart contract, right? And everybody
Right.
says, well, what is a smart contract? Well, it's basically a contract in a can, right? And you need to read it and figure out what is actually going on, because I actually have been in a smart contract for almost 2 years that I can't get out of. So my money is locked up in a liquidity pool called Aave. And while I can borrow against it, I can't take it out. So I can use it as collateral to buy another coin, but I locked that money up. And I didn't realize that was what was happening when I actually put it into that liquidity pool. So,
but that is a good liquidity. But that is a good liquidity pool to put it in. If you put it in there, that's a good pool.
Yeah. But the point I'm trying to make is that I didn't realize that I was locking it up for a long time. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Is it locked up? Is it locked
ahead.
up forever? You never can liquefy it?
Yeah.
So you only can borrow.
I can borrow, I can use it as collateral and borrow against it. But that's how a lot of coins get their liquidity, is through these things called liquidity pools, right? And then Dorcine, you want to talk a little bit about the yield farm when we get through our due diligence, which is another way that you can use your crypto to basically create some passive income. So
Okay, well, the reason why I was interested in that particular class is because they use this free word, right? They say, oh, it's free. So I said, okay, it's free. So let me see what I'm going to get for free. Because, everything is free, but it isn't free. So one of the things that's important to me is that we've gotten into this situation where we buy, and I've learned how to buy on the dip and sell at the top, right? But we know it may take 2, 3, 4 months before anything happens again, right? So they caught my interest because they were saying that what you do is they called it a yield farming, right? They said, for instance, if you plant something and it isn't doing too well there, you dig it up and you transplant it someplace else where you think you're going to get a better yield. So that's basically, how I would define this yield farming. It's just moving your asset or your coins or whatever it is you're farming someplace else where you think you're going to get money. So they said you need to know how to get into the DeFi world, right? So so I was like, you know what, that's interesting. How does this whole thing work? Because Andrea and I, we had gone into this Phantom and we used some Solana coins and transferred it to this Purple Pepe. And then we were waiting for it to go up and down, but we had to literally physically, go in every day and, wait for it to go up and down, and it would drop, and or it might go up and we're thinking it's going to go up some more. So I was like, you know what, that's a little too much work for me. So they talked about different ways of basically taking your coins, making money during the time that everything is just going sideways, where you're just holding your coins waiting for, the big bull or the big bear, right? So I said, well, that piqued my interest. So they talked about there's different communities where you can put your coins, and I guess they call that liquidity. You would put that there, and the whole concept behind it is you provide tokens, other people do the trading, and then you get paid off of them trading, right? So you're going to provide it, and then it's a whole bunch of people providing it, and then somebody's going to be doing the trading. They're going to trade up or down, they're going to get paid, but you get paid too. And that's basically, when you think about it, that's what the bank is doing. They're taking your liquidity, putting it in some place, and it's going up and down, and then they're going to give you 2 cents while they make the 90%. And so they talked about, they used to have something that's like an ocean, and now they have things that are a lot smaller that are concentrated. And by it being concentrated, they said there's different things you have to look at. You have to look at how much trading is done, because that'll help you determine whether you want to put your coins there, because you'll tend to get a profit, versus if you put it in an ocean, you're going to get 2 cents. So they have all this knowledge about how to do this stuff in the DeFi world, and they will basically show you how. Now they have given a lot of little tips on that, and I will, if you're interested, I will put the link for the first those 3 conferences, the whatever whatever you want to call it. I will give the link so you can listen to it yourself. So at the end of the day, I was able to get Adrian to get on with me on that conference, and so she would call me back and we would have a little talk. But the whole concept is, and I think it's a great concept. What do you do with your money? How do you maximize your money? Do you want to make some residual income while you're waiting for the bull run with stuff going up and stuff going down? And the question could be yes, and the question could be no. I think it's, if you don't know much about it, just maybe play around with a little $100 worth and see how it works. But have somebody handheld you, because the big thing that they kept saying is that there's so many scams, you need to be careful, because you can get scammed and get scammed out of your money. Now, Andrea said that it's a no-no for her, because she got scammed because she didn't read the smart contract and she can't get her money out. Well, that's so that is something you really got to think about, because you want to be able to make sure it's something that you can get in and you can get out when you want to. And that was the reason why it perked my interest, because when Andrea and I took some Solana and got the Purple Pepe, I was able to get my own money out. So I was thinking, and I came out, I didn't make any money, But I didn't lose any money either. So, so that is something for me that I'm thinking about, because I'm trying to make this whole thing work. I want to make money on when it goes up. I want to be able to buy when it goes down. And I would like to make money when it's sideways. And I'm just trying to find out what's the safest way and how to do it. And so one of the things they do is they help you look at those charts and kind of figure out, you know, hey, it's going to most likely go back down because it's reached its all-time high. And so it's going to correct in terms of different coins like Bitcoin, XRP, or whatever coin you're in. So I understood that, but I still needed more. I guess I need a little bit more hand holding on reading these charts. And so one of the things they do provide, but of course, they don't provide that for free, do they, Adrian?
Yeah, one thing that I didn't like, they kept reiterating, they kept reiterating that all about the scams that are out there and how many people have been scammed out of, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and because they jumped in, didn't know what. And so they said they'll sit you down at a round table and walk you through each and every step. You know, everything will be, you know, every word will be, you know, talked about, and you know, and they'll lead us into the right paths to get in this DeFi world, but it's at a cost of $14,800. I said, no, thank
Honestly,
you.
it amazes me because you know, at the end they always get to that, right? We'll help
Yeah,
you.
yeah. At the
Right.
very end, he told us that. I almost choked. I was like, and then he said it's worth like over 100,000, but I'm only going to charge you for. He lost me. He totally lost me after that. I said, no, I'll figure this out. It'll take me long, but you know, I'll educate myself and I'll learn it on my own.
But I'm gonna tell you, once I get it, I'll teach it.
The
And you know
problem
what,
is what
Sophia,
I
it
thought,
makes
if he
us
really was, what I thought if he was really serious about people learning, he said, well, look, I can teach you to really make a lot of money, and then I'll take a percentage when you make the money. If he was really serious, but he didn't.
I know he
do that.
was. But anyway, Sophia and I, you know, it just makes us realize how valuable that course we took with the DeFi Academy, the London Real DeFi Academy, because Brian really gave us a lot of good information for very little money, if you think about it.
Right.
Very little money.
Right.
And now look at what happens. We created a community where we're sharing that information for free.
Right.
Yeah.
Because this isn't just about making money for us. We're trying to create a community.
That
will come along with us, because we don't want to go there by ourselves.
No.
It's lonely at the top, right?
Yes.
We're going to take everybody with us. And yeah, so like I said, we learn from our mistakes, right?
Right.
I didn't realize what I was doing, but now I know because I made a mistake. And I don't know about all of you, but I tend to remember more about the mistakes that I've made than the successes, right? They tend to mean a lot more to me, you know. So Stronghold. Let's talk about Stronghold a little bit more. What made me make the decision to go ahead and buy it is that I saw a video from the creator of Stronghold. I know her first name is Tammy, but I can't remember what her last name is at the moment. An Asian lady, Asian American lady. And basically what they did was there are 1 billion Stronghold tokens, right? And one of the things that Sophia is really good at is like asking the questions like, who's holding all those coins, right? Because, you know, they can make us think something's going to happen. And as soon as we get in, and that's what happened with Purple Pepe and some of the other coins that we bought, which we put a little bit of money in just to see what would happen. We didn't really lose a lot of money. I think Dorcine and I put in $25 and then I put another $25 into Melania and another $25 into Trump. And it was the classic pump and dump. Okay.
Actually, what you're saying,
we have to give our president props for being shamelessly greedy and opportunistic. Okay.
But
He
it's
doesn't
funny
feel
enough you say
anything.
that. It's the same with Ripple.
I can't invest in the president, any of his coins.
You know what?
It's going to be like Trump University.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's interesting because I try not to apply politics to this because I feel like the duopoly, the political duopoly that we're in is equally, each side is equally as bad. There's some really terrible things going on in the world, and neither side is saying anything about it, right?
Right.
This was strictly for financial knowledge, right? And a way for us to share with the group why meme coins are not what we want to do, right? And by us doing that, we shared that information with you. So now you know, don't mess around with the meme coins.
Yeah.
Because they are classic, rug pulls where they make you believe something really positive is going to happen, and then they swipe the rug out from under your feet, and you lose everything because everything goes down. And the reason why that happens is because too few people are in possession of the tokens. Okay,
Exactly.
and this is why I thought Stronghold was a good investment, because the people who created Stronghold realized that there was a lot of concern that people had about too few people having possession of the billion tokens that they had. So they devised an ingenious, I think, method of creating some trust for the coin. And basically what they did was put the entire 100 billion coins into smart contracts that would release 1 billion coins back into the blockchain every month for the next 5 years. So what does that mean? That means that even though there's only a few people who have the tokens, they can't touch them.
Right.
They can't take them out.
It's a TVL, right? Total value.
Right. Exactly. They can't do anything with them. The only thing that will happen is that they will release 1 billion tokens in liquidity every single month for the next 5 years. And I said, I like that. I'm buying this coin.
Right.
After 5 years, then what's going to happen?
After 5 years, then all of the liquidity will be available in the blockchain, but people won't be worried about there being too few tokens because they've been releasing a little bit every month. And other people are buying them, like me.
Okay.
You get that?
Yeah, I got that. Yeah.
Right. And so that's what gave me the assurance that I think Stronghold is a good investment. Right. And Sophia is really good at saying, wait a minute. I know some of us are really anxious. We'll see something good. We'll go, yeah, somebody told me I could put that. And Sophia will go, wait a minute. Who has all the tokens? What is the market cap?
Yeah.
Right. Does this coin have utility? Yes, it does. Right. So it checked off all the boxes. And I said, okay, going to buy this one. And I'm up 93% in a month. And I think it has a long way to go. So if I were going to recommend the coin for somebody to get into and trade, look at how much it is. It's 2 cents.
Wow.
Wow. Let me see. What does it look like?
And it has a long way to go. And we're looking at what happened over the last month. And you can see that it's creeping up and it consolidates and then it goes up and it consolidates. And I would expect that to continue happening. So I'm not going to pull my money out yet unless I absolutely need some money. I'm going to hang with this one.
Yeah.
And what coin is that? What coin is that?
This coin is called Stronghold. And the
Stronghold.
Right.
Is it on Coinbase? Is it on a Coinbase exchange?
It is not. It is on the DeFi blockchain.
Right.
So you're going to have to get a Metamask wallet. And thank you for asking that question, because now I'm going to tell you how you can buy it. Okay. Now, because it is in the Stellar blockchain and the Ethereum blockchain, you have to go ahead and go to those websites. One for StellarX, and I'll leave a link in the description for you to do that. Or you can get a MetaMask wallet, which is what I actually use to buy my Stronghold with, right? And MetaMask operates on the Ethereum blockchain. Okay. Now, MetaMask is called a DeFi. So there's two types of exchanges. There's the centralized exchange, and that is Coinbase and Robinhood and Crypto.com. Those are basically, or Kraken, Binance. Those are all called centralized exchanges, and they go by the letters CEX, right? But MetaMask and Stellar are called DeFi exchanges, which means they are decentralized exchanges. So they give you a way to interact in the crypto marketplace, but there's no person or no company that actually has custody of your coins or your money. It operates strictly on smart contracts, okay? So when we talk about smart contracts, most of those are in the DeFi space, right? When we talk about Coinbase, that is a centralized place, which is why we're going to get our coins off our centralized exchanges, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. But in order for me to buy the Stronghold, I bought some Ethereum on Coinbase. And then I moved that Ethereum over to my MetaMask wallet. Okay. So the way that MetaMask does business is they use Ethereum as the currency of that particular decentralized exchange. All right. You could also, and actually, I think next month I'm going to open up an account on StellarX, because you can also buy Stronghold on Stellar.
Right.
So basically what I did, and you can do this another way, you can actually hook up your bank account to MetaMask and deposit money directly into it. But for me, I don't want to have my financial information in too many different places, right? I would much rather take my Ethereum that I bought on Coinbase and move it into my DeFi wallet, right? And then do my trading or whatever I want to do from what they call swapping. Okay. So when you get into the DeFi space, you're actually going to swap your Ethereum for Stronghold. And that's where the gas fees come in. They're going to charge you, right?
So
And
yeah.
What'd you say?
Yeah, I see that.
You see
So
that?
you had your Ethereum on Coinbase and you just swapped it into your wallet to buy.
Adrian, you are fast, boy.
Yeah, you just send it on the blockchain.
You are just picking up stuff really, really quickly.
Okay.
I don't want, Adrian is exceptional. The rest of us, it took us a minute.
I'm telling you.
But that's what we want. We want to share our knowledge so people can get up to speed quickly, because the market is growing so.
Yeah, Dorceen's been helping me a lot, and so I really appreciate her. So that's kind of part of why I know as much as I do. I'm a newbie for sure.
Right, but I mean, that's what we want to do. We want to create a community where we share our information, our successes, and our losses, and hence we have the monthly profit and loss meeting, so we can share the information about how to make what things to do, and also share the information about what things not to do. Right. Because we're learning from each other's successes and failures, right? So that's what I did. I moved some money, moved some Ethereum into my MetaMask wallet, and then when I was in my MetaMask wallet, I swapped it for Stronghold.
Yeah.
Just as simple as that.
Andrea.
I'm
going to need you to help me set up a new MetaMask wallet. I think I know I have one. My kids help me, but we're going to go through that again. And then I can, anybody else who wants to know. Teach one. You teach me and I'll teach somebody else. And
that's the whole point of the community. That's what we're going to do. Help each other. So yeah, I'll help you get a MetaMask wallet set up. And then also this month I decided to set up a Stellar wallet, so that, because that's the other blockchain that Stronghold is used on.
Right.
Yeah.
Stellar's an Ethereum sort of subsidiary, right?
Ethereum and XLM.
That's right. Yeah.
Stellar is XLM, so you can buy
Well,
it
I
on
think
both of
that's
those.
where sort of the lack of enthusiasm for Ethereum, I think that's where they're coming back, because they have XLM and they have Stellar, and they are sort of doing what it is that Ethereum can't do and Solana does do. So
Right.
it's kind of, yeah, it's
Right.
Ethereum is kind of interesting because it kind of is not been interesting for a very long time, but the fact that they're working with these other blockchain sort of it's allowing it to be a bit more like Solana. I think Ethereum's going to get a bit cheaper.
I think so
think
too,
it
because
has
I
to.
think they're going to have to. The
They'll have
competition is going to make them have to,
Hmm.
right? So yeah, let's talk about Solana next, right? Because that's one of the coins that actually Ethereum did well this month too. It's almost back
Yeah.
up to $4,000
It's
dollars a
all-time
coin.
high,
Yeah,
4,000.
3,726.
Wow.
Right.
It's up 2.03%.
Cool.
Yeah. So Solana is up to 185. I think last month it was at about 160.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's do the zoom. When in doubt, zoom out. So yeah, Solana has been down, you know. Last month at our meeting, it was at 139. And now it's back up to 185.
Wow.
So it's moving back up again. And it's been sort of up and down through the year, but I will invest in Solana. I'm going to keep the Solana that I have because I know that the people who like meme coins are going to keep using Solana. The fees are cheap. So I'm going to vote bullish.
Okay.
On Solana. And let's look at what happened over the last month. Oh, that looks nice. Nice and green. Green means bullish. Bullish means that the trend is going up. Bearish means that you think the trend is going down, right? So yeah, Solana's looking good, and I'm gonna hang on to my Solana.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at XLM. Okay, Stella's at 43 cents. That's a good buy, right?
Who's that?
Let's zoom out, and wow, look at that over the last year.
Wow.
Look at that. It went from
it went up drastically.
Right. That was that December pump. Remember that?
Right.
That was after the election in the United States.
Right.
And you know, everybody was talking about how we're going to be in a crypto new age, and I think we are actually.
Absolutely.
You know,
we're definitely going there.
So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to vote bullish on Solana again. I mean, Stellar. This is XLM. Sorry. I'm going to vote bullish on that again based on the trend, you know.
Yeah.
But if you want to look at, you know, the market, let's go and look at the markets. And the markets will show you what it's doing in different places, right?
Wow.
So this is what it's doing on Binance, trading high, right?
Yeah.
And then we can look at the news too.
Yeah.
Right? And Stellar enhances cross-border payments. So that was something we talked about earlier about them using this Stellar blockchain for cross-border payments, and that is utility, right? Yeah. So it actually does something. It's not a joke. It's not like Fart Coin or Purple Pepe. Next month we'll get into these the yield and some other things. While we all have a time to digest that information that Dorcine and Adrian learned in that little mini course that they took, where they tried to get a whole bunch of money. But can you imagine if you have a following of maybe 50,000 followers, somebody's going to say yes.
Right. Yeah.
Somebody's going to
Well, a
say
lot of
yes.
people were saying, he asked, you know, in the chats, a lot of people saying they were going to, you know, buy it. They were going to buy into it. So you think if, you know, he gets 200 people to do it, he's made a pretty good profit.
He
Yeah,
has.
but don't be. Yeah, a lot of those people are plants as well. They're
Right.
plants there to make it like.
You know, we know the Artful Dodgers, don't we?
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah. Well, you know, he totally lost me when he was, you know, asking for that kind of money.
Well, totally, because how do you make your money back?
Right.
Even with 100% profit, you're going to make nothing at $14,000.
I mean, you're better off putting $14,000 in Bitcoin
on Bitcoin,
on your
right?
own and not deal with them. You know?
Bitcoin, yeah.
Exactly.
So
Exactly, because you don't, and that's what we're all here for. We're talking about self-custody. We're talking about taking control of our financial lives as opposed to putting them into somebody else's hand.
Right.
And I just want to say quickly to everybody out there, if somebody says to you, I know some people who are into Bitcoin, why don't you give me your money and I'll help you get in with them?
Right.
Yeah.
Do not believe it. Okay?
Right.
It is a scam.
Yeah.
It is a scam. This is
And
something
it's so interesting that you say that, because psychologically, it's like I have a number of friends, like at least 9 I can count off of my head, and they will be fighting with me to say, prove it to me that Bitcoin's okay, prove it to me. And I'm refusing to sort of bring them in the community because they're fighting. And it's almost like the opposite of like a scam. You got people who are trying to scam you, and then you got people trying to scam you because they're telling you Bitcoin's a fraud, and they're scared to get into it. So it's a
prove it to me.
interesting psychology that we're dealing with here. It's fascinating.
It is fascinating, you know. And we're high frequency people, so we're not going to let people who have negative attitudes
absolutely
join our community, because
100%.
we are high frequency individuals who want to keep it high.
That's why
we
I
don't
have
want anybody bringing that energy to us.
That's why I haven't brought them in.
All right, so Stella's looking good.
Yes.
Last month, what was it? Let's see. Last month it was at 24 cents, so it's almost doubled.
Yeah.
In a month, right? Wow. So I'm going to hang with my XLM.
Yeah.
I have some XLM.
I have to hang. So what's next? XRP?
Yeah.
XRP. Where are you?
XRP.
Z.
I have some of that.
XPR. There's my dyslexia.
XRP.
I know, it's my dyslexia. I do that all the time.
XRP. That's a different one. Yeah.
XRP.
XRP network.
That's
so
XPR. You want to go to XRP.
XRP
right.
USD.
Right. Let's do this.
Everything's USD. And Coinbase.
Here we go. This is the right emblem. Interesting how that came up first, right?
Mm.
Okay, so XRP is at $3.18. It's a little bit down.
Yeah, it is.
A little bit.
But, you know, over the year, you can see that it's gone from 59 cents all the way up to $3.18 today. So, you know, if you were one of those people who were holding on to your XRP and believed that it was going to pop up, you're winning now.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's XRP has got a lot of questions about in regards to this billion coins that they have, that they keep dumping. They keep dumping 100 million coins every month. But it's very interesting because I think that's what's suppressed XRP for so long. So XRP is a kind of a questionable coin as well, because 80% of the 80 billion has gone to escrow and they keep releasing these coins. But it doesn't make sense that XRP has got all this so-called amazing utility, but over the 8 years it's been suppressed. It still hasn't reached its all-time high. No. So I'm holding XRP, but I'm kind of I'm being a bit reserved about it because
Right.
Ripple are doing some dumping. They're doing some shenanigans that is not quite trustworthy.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
and then there's
that makes me
also the
sad. I just
central
bought
bank
some this
digital
morning.
currency thing going on with XRP too, because it's the blockchain the banks are going to use. So I suspect that it will probably go up. But for me, it's like stocks, right?
Yeah.
There are people who govern what happens with XRP. And so that gives them like dual power, right?
Right.
You know, Bitcoin, the only way to get in is if you buy in, right?
Right.
But XRP, the people who govern the coin can decide what happens to it. Oh, we're going to throw another billion coins in there, and you know, but we'll decide that, you know, only so and so can use it, and so can't. You know, Bitcoin is the great leveler. It's going to make things fair for everybody in the world, because it doesn't matter if you live in, like I said, Nigeria or China or Sweden or El Salvador. It's worth the same thing wherever it is, you know.
Right.
So people aren't using by converting their fiat currency into another currency like the dollar or the pound.
Yeah.
It's worth the same thing everywhere, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm going to, like I said, I'm keeping my XRP.
Absolutely.
What do you think, Z, about XRP? What you got to say? That's your coin.
Is going to, is, even though, like they said, like half of the coins are held with Ripple and the other half are out there, they are burning so many coins per month or per week. So because they're burning those coins, that the value of the, you having less and less coins, which means the value of the coin is going to go up. And if the banking system is going to be using XRP, they need something that has stability. It can't keep bull and then bear, bull, bear, bull, bear. So they have to get the value up, because it makes no sense for them to
100%.
transfer $1 million today using 1 million coins when they can use one coin.
Right.
It's much quicker and it's going to be cheaper. So XRP has to do nothing but go up.
Yeah.
I think you're right about that, but let's not mistake the stable coins that they're going to put on the XRP blockchain with XRP, right?
Yeah, they're going to have
XRP,
those.
right, is the infrastructure, right? It's the tokenized infrastructure. And they're going to be putting stable coins. And that's how it gets its liquidity.
I think that's questionable as well, though, because Ripple Net is what is going to be doing the SWIFT transaction, not the actual XRP. And this is what the confusion is. Is it that XRP is going to be used for the SWIFT transaction? No, it's not. And
it is the tokenized infrastructure. Exactly.
It's the tokenized infrastructure, which is Ripple Net.
Right.
So this is where it then becomes questionable about the 100 billion that they have and 80 billion that they have locked up in escrow, why they keep releasing it and then dumping. And is this the reason why XRP has taken 8 years? It hasn't surpassed its all-time high. And so these are just the questions that make it seem like, well, what's going on here? But I do think that it will, the fact that there is just 100 billion, that, once it's burned, it has to go up. But I just, sometimes I've just, like you said, you know me, I'm always kind of just looking like, okay, hold on a minute here.
Yeah. And that,
I agree with you,
I
Doris.
just did the zoom out to all time, since you said that, Sophia, because that's a really good point, right? Like the all-time high was hit in January of 2018, and that was $3.36. So we're getting close. But look at how long it took for that to happen.
Exactly.
You know, it's almost 7 years it took for that to happen.
But they were in court too. We have to, people don't want to mess with people who are going through a whole bunch of litigation.
Oh, absolutely. And it was the bankers in the fiat currency system, right, that really didn't want it to jump off until they were ready to use it. And they're ready to use it now.
Right. That's
right.
correct.
and you know, that makes me apprehensive too. But like I said, I'm still going to hodl my XRP because it is an infrastructure coin. Like Solana is an infrastructure coin, and Ethereum is an infrastructure coin for their blockchain, because I do believe that XRP is going to be something. It's just what it's going to be, I don't know. Is it going to be a monster? It could be. Right. We don't know. So, but anyway, like I said, I'm hodling my XRP. I'm not buying anymore, but I'm going to hold on to what I have.
I'm still buying.
As far as I'm concerned, everybody don't get it twisted, right? Bitcoin is the prize. Bitcoin is what everybody is after. It's what Larry Fink from BlackRock is after. It's what Michael Saylor from Strategy B or MicroStrategies, whatever you want. It's what Metaplanet out of Japan wants. It's what, you know, all of these people who are developing these companies that just basically acquire these assets. It's what everybody really wants. Right. So don't get distracted.
6% left.
Right. So, right. Get your Bitcoin position together before you feel like you should be investing in all of these other things. Like I said, these are good coins to trade with, but I'm going to hang on to my Bitcoin and my XRP and trade with the other things.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Where's he? Is he still here?
Not sure. I don't see him.
No, I don't see him either.
He might
We
be
need our kings. I don't see Z or Vincent. You want to call him, Dorsey?
He was on here. He's probably working because, you know,
like the rest of us.
Because it's, you know, because of the time.
Yeah. Okay. What other coins are we interested in? We did XLM. We did. Oh, let's do Solana. Oh, we did Solana.
We did Solana.
Let's do Sui.
Well, let's do what?
Sui.
Sui.
Yes. Sui.
That one I have done well with.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Sui is this is the all-time chart for Sui, and Sui is definitely moving up.
Wow.
Let's see what it's done in the last year. It's been bullish for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Green as can be. We're going to vote bullish on Sui. Started out at 74 cents and now it's up to $4.23. Yeah.
Wow.
This is a good one.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's see what happened in the last month. Wow.
That's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that looks great. That just happened in the last month.
Yeah.
Good. Good.
Yep.
And Crypto Joe says Sui just reclaimed $4. And it's breaking out of a massive symmetrical triangle. So
there's ways to go. It's got some higher highs.
It's got some higher highs to go. So this is a good one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's relatively inexpensive.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what are they using Sui for?
I have no idea. I think I've got some, but I think it's a smart contract. And I think
I think you're right. I think you're right. Let's look at Sui News.
Like it's transactions as well. It's about the
All right.
speed.
Right. And apparently they're going to try and do an ETF off of it. But, you know, we are self-custody people. I would never, ever put my money into an ETF when I can own the coin myself.
Right.
I don't need them to give me financial advice and take fees from me. That's silly.
Right. I think once this is over, we'll be able to give financial advice and take fees from people.
Keep learning, educating.
I tell you.
Exactly. Because you know what? If you think about it, people who are in our age group, how many years have we invested in 401ks? You know?
20, 30.
Decades.
Decades. decades. And it seems like every 10 years they crash and we got to wait for it to come back. And then if we have an emergency and we need to get our money out, they only let us take a loan on it unless you're over a certain age, then you can take it out. But we're only allowed to take a loan on it, and they make interest on our money, right?
Yeah, they control
and then they
everything.
crash.
Yeah,
They
and they
get
take all your
fees,
money.
right? Right. So like, you know, my job actually offers a 401k, but I use that as my chump change, you know, if I need to get a little money, right? Because once you're over 59 and a half, you don't have to wait to take your money out of your 401k. So I put a few $100s in there, and then when I got a little emergency where I need some money, I take that out, right?
Yeah.
My account that I have 2 trading accounts, and basically what I do is I buy infrastructure stock for, you know, cryptocurrency. So I buy Coinbase, which I've done really well on. If you want to diversify and buy some stock, I recommend Coinbase. And then I bought some MicroStrategies, and Coinbase has outperformed MicroStrategies by maybe 50%.
Wow.
You know, so
yeah, Coinbase is going to do good because, you know, this growing field of crypto, and people need, you know,
right. And then the other one I bought, which is much cheaper if you're trying to get in early, is Robinhood.
Really? The exchange?
The exchange Robinhood. Yep.
Wow.
That's another stock that I buy. So that's what we're talking about when we talk about financial literacy. We should never have all our eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
No.
But think about what would have happened if we had bought, you know, bought into Cisco or any of those stocks that were in the early age of the internet, right?
Yeah.
The people who make chips like Intel and ADM and NVIDIA, right? If we had bought those stocks, we would, or even Berkshire Hathaway, right?
Yeah.
I was watching a YouTube video not too long ago where a man who bought a single share of Berkshire Hathaway just because he wanted to attend the annual meeting of shareholders, right? And now he got extremely rich on that one share of Berkshire Hathaway, right?
Wow.
So if you're going to buy stock, and remember, stock is like crypto. You don't have to buy a whole share.
Right.
Fractional.
You can just buy a little bit. You got $25, put it into Robinhood, you know.
Is Robinhood on Coinbase Exchange and Coinbase?
No,
it's not.
Robinhood and Robinhood and Coinbase. Well, Coinbase actually just became one of the S&P 500. So stock. I'm just.
I
I'm
have to go to
talking
stock.
about crypto. I'm talking about if you want to buy stocks.
No, this is stock.
What we should be buying are stocks that are going to have some sort of utility in the cryptocurrency industry, right? And it would be like buying something that had value during the internet age, right?
So we have to go to something like TradingView or a platform, a different.
Yeah, you have to go to an exchange.
Yeah.
Right. You got to go onto an exchange that sells stocks. But Robinhood sells both stocks and crypto.
Crypto,
yeah, like Coinbase. Yeah,
Coinbase. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And there are other other exchanges that do both stock and cryptocurrency. I think eToro does.
eToro, that's right. Yes.
Yep. So you can buy both, right? And then the other thing is that I am a believer in holding physical silver and gold.
Yeah.
Which is actually legal tender in the state of Florida.
Is that right?
And I think it's going to become legal tender in many states.
Wow.
And guess what? You can go anywhere in the world with that and they'll take it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So SUI. Yeah, SUI is good.
You just can't carry a huge block of gold or silver.
No, you can't. You can only take so much. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is why we talk about crypto, because you can't do that.
Exactly.
You're absolutely right. So, what's next? We did Solana, we did SUI, we did XRP, we did Stronghold.
What's Flare doing?
You know, Flare just went back up. So
yeah, that
I
was one
getting
of
pissed because I was down for a minute,
It
and
was
so
down for a
finally I'm back in the green.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, this is Flare over the last year. It's been up and down, all over the place, right?
Okay.
It had a big pump. There was a big pump in December
last
after
year.
the elections in the U.S.
Right.
And then everything sort of went back down again, and now it's consolidating and coming back up.
Okay.
See what's happened in the last month?
Yeah.
It's coming back up again.
Okay.
So, you know, if you're looking for a cheap coin to trade with, I'll be bullish on this one.
Flare.
Flare.
Now, Flare is going to be the coin that's going to wrap around all the other coins.
Right.
So if that's if that's the coin that wraps around another coin to take it to where it's going, they're going to it has to go up, you know, because it's going to be needed. It's a utility coin again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can buy it on most of the exchanges here.
Yeah. The
It's
other
not,
coin.
I don't think it's on Coinbase, is it?
It is on Coinbase.
It is on Coinbase.
Yeah, that's where I have mine on Coinbase.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Coinbase is second in the list.
Oh, okay.
Great question. Where can you buy
The
it?
other question, the other coin I'd like to look at is ADA, because I've been investing in ADA for a while.
Yeah, and ADA kind of rallied last month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
let's see what the news is about Flare too. Key harmonic signals, potential upside move. Okay, but why? Everybody has to keep asking the questions: who, what, when, where, why. You know?
Absolutely.
The last 24 hours, the price has moved minus 15% in the last 24 hours. But we're not day traders. I don't care about what happens in 24 hours, right?
No.
Flare has an incentive program to increase asset adoption and liquidity. This also includes a 100 million XRP investment for yield farming.
They are connected to XRP, yeah.
Right. Preparing XRP staking through Firelight. So Flare is going to be one of the key coins for staking your crypto, which is what Adrian and the class that Adrian and Dorcine just took. You know, that's what staking is: yield farming and liquidity pools, right? And Aave, which is the one that I'm invested in.
Okay.
Okay. What was the next one?
ADA.
Our ADA.
Yeah.
ADA's up to 82 cents. That's a big move in the month.
It's slow, but yeah.
You know, let's look at the last year. You know, again, everything pumped in December, and then it was up and down and up and down and mostly down. But it looks like it's coming back up again this month. So it's up to 89 cents now. And where was it last month? It was at 54 cents.
And what was its all-time high?
Its all-time high was here at, let's get an all-time, up December.
That's just in the year, right? What was it since
it was $2.91
in 2021? Wow.
Yeah.
And how much is it now?
How much is
it now?
80 cents.
It's at 82.8, almost 83 cents.
which means it will probably at some point go reach its all-time high again. Because I'm
Right.
pretty sure I bought some back in 2000 when it was like $1.
Wow.
So I'm
And then
still,
it lost a whole bunch of value, and then it came back up. Yeah.
Can you get my
Yeah.
And at the beginning of the month, it was 56 cents. So
Oh
it's
boy,
doing good.
that was a
I'm gonna
time to
vote
buy.
bullish on ADA. I know that's making a lot of people happy.
Well, yeah, if you got it at 52 cents and now it's up to 80, it's great. That's
Yeah.
Right. People who've been holding on to it for a long time, I know they're happy about that.
right.
You know.
yeah, I have some.
It's very volatile though. It's a lot of swings in that one, but
Yeah.
Right. So anyway, Dorcine found another coin this one called RSR.
Oh.
Reserve
Cool.
Rights.
Yeah, I've done pretty well with that coin.
Wow.
Peter Thiel, you know, that big billionaire, he's behind that coin.
Ah.
So I figure I'm gonna ride it to $1 and then sell.
Good for you.
Peter
Because it's
Thiel.
like it's less than a penny right now,
Right.
like almost a penny. It's like
Hmm.
an eighth of a penny.
Peter Thiel is not one of my favorite people in the
No.
world.
Mine's either,
I'm
but
not. I'm
either.
not
I don't
gonna.
know if I want to invest in anything he does. No.
Right.
I'm
Not a
gonna
good
take that
person.
money and keep it moving.
That's right.
Yeah.
Money.
That's gonna be my 2 Bitcoins. I'm like, yeah, I can give me a Bitcoin.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it's high. Its all-time high was in 2021, and that was almost 8 cents, right? And it is
Less
just
than
under a penny right now. So
Right. Okay, I'll write that down.
let's see what's happened. That's the all-time high. Let's see what's happened in the last year.
Reserve
So in the
rights.
last year, it got a big pump in December again. It's one of those coins that pumped in December. And then it's been down here.
What was it in December?
December, it went up to 2.5 cents.
Okay.
I honestly,
When was it started? When did he start this, Peter Thiel?
he started this in 2019.
2019, so it's pretty young.
Yep. So over the year, it has been up and down. And for the month, it is definitely up. I'm going to vote bullish on this coin, but I don't like him.
Yeah, I mean, even though it's cheap and everything, sometimes you have to look at character, right?
I don't like the things that Palantir does, you know. So we're not going to get into it on the channel, but I think we all can go look at what Palantir has done, and it ain't nice.
I know.
See, but this is what I'm saying about building a community. We also have to think not just about how we make money, but who we're helping get rich in the process, richer, okay, in the process. And you know, we're doing this because we want our freedom. We don't want to be part of the surveillance state, right?
No.
And Palantir is part of the surveillance state, so I don't want to do it. But for people who want to looking for something that might jump off, this is definitely bullish. Yeah. Because remember, chickens come home to roost. That's all I got to say.
For real.
So let's do Dorcine. Let's do Purple Pepe. Let's see what happened.
Oh yeah, that one probably jumped off and.
What was it? It was PP. What was it? PP. I don't even. Let me just put in Purple Pepe.
What's it?
Here it goes. Now, this is a meme coin for anybody who doesn't understand the difference, all right? Memes are a joke, all right? People do it for fun or because they got money to waste, okay? So purple Pepe is at 0.0000469. It's basically nothing, right? But I think the majority of the coins are in the hands of a very few people. And I think they've been waiting, letting us get excited about it and then grabbing it off.
Yeah.
Yep. So let's look at the last year. So this is something that Dorcina and I both bought. And when it came up, we got out quick. Okay.
What's wrong with this coin? I don't know. Purple Pepe. What is it? Who's
Okay,
backing
the
it?
thing about meme coins is that they don't really have any utility. They don't really do anything. And a lot of the developers who create some of these crypto coins create them and then put their own money into it. And this is what Sophia was talking about when she said, okay, who owns the majority of the coins, right? If they're in the hands of a very few people, right, then they usually try and hype up the coin. And then when it gets to its height, then they pull the rug and they take all their money out and you lose everything, right? So it's really like gambling.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
It's gambling. I'm voting bearish on purple Pepe.
Yeah, I don't. You voting what? Bearish.
Bearish.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Going down.
I wouldn't.
Even though
invest
it's going
in that
up.
one.
Right.
It's going up. Yeah, but it's a meme coin. So
It's a meme coin. It's a shit coin.
Nothing's backing it.
It's a fart coin. It's a shit coin. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's look at it for the last
you're
month.
saying stay away
look at
from.
this. Look at
Especially
this.
for a newbie. Don't do it.
Right. This looks like, the Himalayas, up and down.
Yeah.
Up and down. Nah.
No.
I'm not doing this one. Got my little $25 and I'm out.
So what about that Mana? That one that
Yes, let's do Mana.
because I got out of that, took my money and bought some Bitcoin.
Decentraland. Mana. Yeah, Vincent and Z had a good story about Mana because they took their money out, put it in another coin, and right when they took it out, then it shot back up. But that's FOMO and FUD again, and we don't want to do that. We really can't afford it. We have to be careful about the choices that we make with our money. So let's look at all time. So this coin came out in 2017. It had that spike.
Wow.
In 2021, and it's been down here ever since. Okay. You can get a whole lot of it, I guess. It's 31 cents, but I don't know. Let's look at the last month. It's had a good month.
Would you call this one a meme coin? With all the
No, it's not. No, it's not a meme coin. It has some actual utility. Let's look and see what they're saying about Decentraland.
Yeah.
Isn't it used with the people that do the when they're on the PlayStation, that what is it?
Yes, in the metaverse. It's a gaming, right. It's a coin they use with gaming, I believe.
Gaming. Well, I heard gaming was gonna go up.
Right. That's why Z said buy it, because he said that coin's gonna go up.
They said that because gaming is real big.
Right. And I mean you can get it for 30-something cents, but I just didn't want to hold it that long.
Exactly. And that's what we're talking about is how long do you hold it, right?
Yeah.
And for me, Dorcina and I we have the same approach. When we buy these little things and they don't move in a month, we sell that stuff and buy Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then the next time we get a little bit of money, we'll buy back in if we think this is a coin that's good for trading.
Yeah.
Right? So let's go back to the chart. I don't know. I'm the chart is bullish over the month. It is up and down over the year. I'm gonna vote bearish because it looks like it's been more bearish. Yeah.
It looks like it's in the red. I mean, it's in the red now. No?
Exactly. Very good. That's what we're learning how to do. Read these charts, right? Zoom out and then zoom in. Because we're monthly traders, right? And then What's the other one?
Quant.
What was it?
That's supposed to be a good one.
Yeah, Quant. Quantum.
Right, here we go. Quant. Wow, this one's at $121. This might be the real thing.
I think that's good.
Right, and let's look at the all-time. It's been moving up and consolidating pretty much for its whole existence. When did it start? 2018. Started at 25 cents. Wow. If you had invested in this in 2018,
Ooh, now
you'd be really, really happy right now.
Yeah.
You know, over the last year, it had another pump in December like everything else and went up to 165. So it could reach its all-time high again. It looks like it.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And right now,
I think I'll sell it once to do that.
Mm.
And then wait for it to go back down.
right.
I'm going to start learning how to sell at the high and then wait for it to come back in.
Yeah. Too.
Yeah.
I got to start making that
I
little
think
money.
we're doing that. I think we're doing that now.
I'm not that consistent, though. I need
I'm
to
not
be.
doing it. I'm a newbie, but
That's okay.
I actually went into ChatGTP the other day and devised a plan. So using the knowledge of the exchanges, using the stop limit or the limit order, and actually setting my goals for XRP already, because what's been happening, I've been inconsistent with taking profit.
Mm-hmm.
That's always been my problem. So it's good to think like that.
Right, and that's what we're supposed to be doing, right?
Exactly.
Taking a little profit. It has a psychological effect.
100%.
You know, of making us feel like we're actually getting
we're actually moving.
Yeah.
Definitely bullish on quant.
Mm.
Definitely bullish on that.
So yeah, Dorothy, you wouldn't have to worry about timing the top. Just set your stop limit and say, you know, when it goes to whatever the price that you want, it would just trigger itself. You don't have to worry about it. Whereas if you just keep trying to look in on the exchange and thinking,
right,
it just Dorothy is real good at that too, Sophia.
Oh, okay. So that's
great. Especially when it comes to buying Bitcoin in the dips, right?
Really?
And that's what I mean about discipline.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's the thing I love. I'm teaching Adrian how to do that.
Yeah,
But
she's trying to teach me. I haven't totally got it, but I'm
fantastic.
I made her put
consistent.
She has an order in for Bitcoin when it drops down to 100,000. She said, "Girl,
y'all think it's gonna drop that low? I don't know."
Well, you never
I've got
know.
an order. It will, because I've got an order set for $81,000, and I think that's 6106. You'd be surprised the volatility.
Yeah,
it could happen.
Right.
Okay.
So
And they say that Bitcoin could have a 30% dip before it goes to its next level. You know, so
right. But the thing about Bitcoin, and I tell people this: anybody who's been holding Bitcoin for 4 years is up. They've never lost.
Absolutely.
Never.
Absolutely.
You know? And like I said, it's our freedom.
Do you think we need to invest in Bitcoin now at this rate or wait? Or
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay, when you have money.
As a matter of fact, that's the position that, I tell everybody, you want to trade in these coins, go ahead and trade, but make sure you're working on your Bitcoin position more than anything else.
Okay.
So yeah, when I got a little extra money, I throw them into these other things. But right now, I'm hodling Bitcoin and I'm hodling XRP. I'm not letting those
those
down.
are short things. Yeah. I'm gonna buy some Bitcoin as soon as I get off. Today is my day to buy some.
And yeah, because Bitcoin's in a bit of a dip right now too. It's a good time to buy.
Yeah.
Let's it reached another all-time high last month of 123,000.
Yeah.
And I think it is down to
118.
Yeah, when we started the meeting, it was 118.
It's 118 still.
Let's look at that.
Yeah, and it's still 118. Usually over the weekends it will stay like that, except for on Sunday when we talked about the market makers at the stock market. They're the guys down on the floor yelling and screaming and selling and buying.
Andrea,
yeah.
Can I just can you put the candlesticks on? Sometimes it just for me.
Sure, sure.
Please, thank you.
Let's do that. Where do I do that? Oh, here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Let's do the year.
Yeah.
This is Bitcoin over the year. So this shows when people are buying and selling, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have a wide wick like this, that means there's a very high volume, right?
Wow.
Of buying or selling. And when you have a skinny wick, that means somebody who has a lot, right? A lot of money is buying, but a whole lot of other people aren't. So that's the difference between the thick wick and the small one. And then down here at the bottom, you see the trading volume, right? So sometimes the price will go up and you'll see that there's very little volume, right? And then it will spike like this. That's usually because the market makers and the people on Wall Street are involved. And the people who are in retail realize it's going up. So that means we're buying too, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
And usually that's what happens. When people start buying, everybody starts buying.
Why are some of them red and some of them green? Is that the up?
The greens are people who are buying, and the reds are the people who are selling.
Oh, okay.
Because they don't believe, they're being bearish. Where the greens are people who are being bullish.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So we had an all-time high this month.
But you're buying when it's red.
I'm buying.
That's right.
I buy when it dips.
Buying when it's
buying the dips. Okay.
Right.
So we had an all-time high of 123,000. And then usually what happens is it goes sideways for a while, and then it will start to pump again.
Oh, okay.
You get that?
I got that.
Yeah, because if you zoom out in the year, it's lovely to watch the sideways and then the up and then the sideways and there's a slowly.
And if you zoom out to all time, it's even lovelier.
Wow.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's even lovelier.
It looks like more people buying than selling.
Yes.
That is it.
For the year.
And again, you know, the thing that makes Bitcoin so valuable is you have to understand that while there will be 1 billion or 100 billion XRP coins, there will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, which it makes it an extreme deflationary asset, right? In the future, we won't be buying things in dollars. We'll be doing fractional buying. If 100%. We go to the grocery store and we want to buy a chicken, it's going to be 0.000015 Bitcoin, right? And one of the things that will happen is that you'll spend it, but you're gaining more because the price is becoming higher because of its rarity. So you won't even feel what you're spending. That's the place where we want to get to, you know, where we don't have to lend it out. We don't have to stake it. We've got enough of it that any little money that you spend will actually come right back because the price continues to go up.
Go up.
Isn't that wonderful?
It is.
And if you think about it, like, you know, I'll buy some of Dorceen's products, right? I can pay her with dollars, but she wants Bitcoin, and I would rather pay her in Bitcoin. You know why? Because I know that eventually she's going to get more from that $100 of Bitcoin.
Right.
And that's what we're building is a community where we help each other grow and change and become wealthy together and create generational wealth together. So that's why I say, you know, if you find yourself over leveraged, which, you know, just means that you've invested more than you probably should have, and you need to pay a bill or do something, right? Instead of selling it to the exchange again, sell it to one of us.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about how next month we're going to do some moving around. We're going to do some cold wallets and show people how to move things from one account to another.
Right.
You know?
Okay.
Everybody's got on some really fly glasses today. I love those guys.
Yeah, Diane, you got some nice glasses, girl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Diane, you need to come over and jump in the pool.
Can you hear me?
You're on mute, Diane.
I'm steady talking. I said, yeah, you're right. I do need to. When you cook it out.
I'm
or,
talking about getting the
or
food.
when
You talking about food.
when you smoking some salmon.
Hey, I got some. You just set up a date and come on over.
Okay. You ain't gotta cook for me. I was just kidding.
No, but I got some sitting in the freezer. I'm like, I gotta put it on the smoker. I sure do. I got it. It's a real good piece of Alaskan.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
Oh wow.
so I said,
Yeah.
You know, the one thing I really miss about
I've never
Maryland.
forgot that salmon
what?
that you smoked that time.
Ooh, it was good, wasn't it? Oh God.
Yes, it was so good.
The only thing I
I'm
really
sorry,
miss
guys.
about Maryland is crab cakes. Okay,
Oh my
Mhm.
God.
I can't
I
eat
went
that.
out to eat crabs yesterday.
you did. I can't
Yeah, a
do the
friend of mine
crab
was
cakes.
here,
It's
and
it's
I
a little
went
bit
and
too much
we went.
work for not very much reward. I'm a lobster
Exactly.
person when it comes to that, but Maryland crab cakes, there's nothing like them in the whole world. They are
Yeah,
delicious.
they are good. They are good.
They're
I'm
delicious.
allergic to lobsters. I know they're good, but I can't eat them.
You know, and that
Wow.
happens. I know a lot of people that used to be able to eat lobster and can't do it anymore. Like I'm allergic to pine, right? And it took me a long time to realize that was what I was allergic.
Really?
But then I remembered when I was maybe in my 20s, I used to love pesto. You know, the Italian made
Yes,
with
I still love
basil
it.
and pine nuts and olive
And you know,
oil.
my son just made a pot of that. Yeah.
And I ate the pesto and my lips just
Oh,
swelled up. And I realized I was
Pine nuts.
allergic to pine nuts.
oh
Right.
wow.
Oh, the
And then
pine nut.
later, you know, I got more and more exposure to pine. I'm allergic to pine as well. Does bad
Wow.
things.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
You can make your pesto with walnuts.
I
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
And use any nut you want, really.
You can
You
any
really
nut.
can. Right.
Still
You
nuts.
really can.
Because pine
Um,
nuts are really expensive.
They're
They are.
very expensive.
Mhm.
and you wonder why, because the pine is everywhere. Why
I
is it so
know.
expensive?
Just
Seems
because you
like
want it.
just because
Yeah,
you
right?
want it. Right.
It
Mhm.
Right.
might be because I think maybe harvesting it might be challenging, getting it out,
Mm.
they
Mm.
have to charge for that labor cost.
I guess it's like a Louis Vuitton bag, right? China done messed that one up for everybody.
Ah!
We know how it's made and how much it costs.
Mhm.
They
Really,
want us to think it costs so much.
really,
No.
France made a
Mm-mm.
big mistake messing with China on that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's probably one of the only real commodities that France has is its luxury goods, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Mm.
And they done opened up the bag on that one, literally.
Mhm.
So, all right. Any other coins? Anybody?
No.
No.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I think we're good. Anything anybody else wants to talk about? Did
So
I
it
miss
sounds like
anything?
you think we should invest in Stronghold.
I am invested in Stronghold. I think it's going to be a mover
Mm.
because it has utility. I mean, it's
Right.
providing capital for small business people so that
Mm.
they can grow their businesses and participate in the
I
digital
like that.
currency world,
Right.
in
I
the
love that.
DeFi space. So outside of the centralized exchanges, which I think is great,
hmm
you know?
That's great. That's going to be wonderful if they get that going. Really.
Yeah, yeah, I do believe.
Once I get my MetaMask wallet, I think I'm going to go ahead and get $500 worth
Mm.
and see what
Yeah,
happens.
and again, you know what? And everybody, don't forget to get your cold wallets, right?
Yeah.
Let me just
I don't have one, so I need to get one.
so this is a product called Seed Stamp, right?
Mm. Oh, I bought it the other day.
You bought it?
I
Good for
bought it
you.
and I tried it and it was very difficult. So I ended up buying an engraver because I got a big hammer. It just it wouldn't
The
stamp.
hammer didn't work.
No.
I got the hammer too.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Have you done
I'm
it
gonna
yet?
do this month. Thanks for that information, Sophia. That's valuable.
Yeah, you really need a solid base, and you
But
really need
this is what I yeah, you do. And this is one thing people really need to understand. When you buy a cold wallet, your crypto isn't on the wallet.
Mm.
Your crypto is in the blockchain.
Mm-hmm.
What you're doing with your seed phrase is you're recovering your keys. All right. So think of every block as being someplace where your crypto gets stored and you need the keys. It's like a safety deposit box, right?
Mhm.
You need the keys to open it up. And if you lose the key, guess what?
You lost.
Lost your
You're gone, right? So Darcy, we're gonna work on that Elapal thing this month too.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah, I'm gonna get the seed stamp. See if I can get it working. I may have to find a man to use the hammer.
Yeah.
Probably can't hit it hard enough.
Yeah. I think
Men
so.
are good at that.
Don't forget don't forget you said you want to tell people about
Yes, that was a double entendre.
It was.
Andrea, you said you wanted to tell those about the one seed phrase holder that
Yeah, that's
fireproof.
what this is. The seed stamp.
Okay.
Right. So I bought this, and I'm gonna try and engrave it myself. But Sophia was just saying that she had a hard time.
Oh.
So she's just gonna buy an engraver to do it.
Yes, I bought an engraver. I'm going to do it this weekend because I've been, you know, just sort of doing the whole spiritual thing where you think, you know what, no one knows the time. So I sat my boys around the table and said, look, this is where it is.
Right.
This is your inheritance.
This is your inheritance.
It's not a joke.
You know, we get to 50 and
Absolutely.
you know, every day is a blessing after
Every
that.
day is
Right.
100%. So that's what I did.
What's your little pink ears, Diane?
It's a headband.
Oh, it's cute.
Okay. I'm getting ready to do my face in a minute.
Okay. Go ahead, girl. Do your face. Okay. So yeah, it was mostly queens today, but you know, we're always happy when we have our queens. That's why it's called Crypto Queens and Kings.
Right.
Right. And I'm so happy that Adrian and Novella joined us. It was wonderful to have you both.
Nice to meet you guys.
This is your second time. And Novella has been in before, but she's been away for a while. You don't have to come every month. We're going to put this up on my True Rock and Roll podcast channel because
fantastic.
That's what we do.
Yes, her son had graduated, or he was at some event because he's going to be a firefighter.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where she was. So I told her, I said, well, just mute yourself, but at least just listen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's really important for us to safeguard the things because we're building generational wealth here. We want to pass it on. And honestly, sometimes our kids aren't as interested in things as we are, but we know they will be. Right?
Absolutely.
So we got to make sure that we have the information they need to be able to use what we have done when we are in the other realm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
You know.
Absolutely. They can't start from zero.
Right. In the meantime, get outside, enjoy Mother Earth. The earthly experience is why we're here.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
That is for real.
Hi, everyone. Thanks again for joining us on our crypto journey here at the True Rock and Roll Podcast channel. And we're going to leave you a little music to say goodbye with. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks.
Keep it fiddling like that. Now come on, keep on one, say the one. Say the one, yeah, right there. And when I stab the Pac-Man, leaving trunk, ain't no booze whiskey, maybe. Slopping, I ain't never Look here, mommy, you asked me to be your kid. You said you can if you own it. Keep it here, but please don't let my husband, my main man, get you. Do not let my husband, my main man, get you. I woke up this morning with the blues, three different ways. One said go in there, two said stay. I walked on this morning. One said go, and the other two said stay. All right, somebody take something. When I stand to pack my leaving trunk, take the blue whiskey, baby. Lock the junk, I ain't never seen no whiskey. Da-da-da-da-da. Blue baby, sloppy trunk, da-da-da-da. Yeah. Well, you know, I go home. Lay down on the floor. All right. So we're going out. So. All right, and turn it around again. Turn it around right here. And we go on. Here we go. So go do 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 da 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 da. Gotcha. Okay. Cool. So one turn around. Yeah, everybody's into the last. Yeah, but that's see what once you set that groove up where the words drop right where it's supposed to be, and then the music just keeps it's like it just keeps getting more excited. Everybody goes like, oh, that's what he wants to do.
So Todd, is that how you wanted to start with that bass line like we just did it?
Yeah, but it starts off like
with
this.
the harp.
Do the lap. I used to have to pack my leaving trunk. Sing the blues when you made me. Sloppy drunk, I ain't never sing no whiskey. But the blues made me sloppy. And yes, they did.